My name is Alex Schmidt. I'm 15 years old, and this past summer was my first time attending the Recovery Intensive, and also my first summer attending the Hilltown Youth Theater Summer Workshop. And I also attended the Winter Intensive, which was a few months ago, and I'm going to be reading my reflections from that and my experiences over the course of that weekend. Over the course of the 3 days participating in the Winter Recovery Intensive, I made more positive changes than I have all month. When you're in the recovery, you become more mindful of your current situation, whatever it may be. Personally, I struggle with anxiety, depression, and insomnia. The anxiety gained the strength to prevent me from attending high school, along with social events. Anxiety has altered my life drastically, brought me to my rock bottom, and taken power over the majority of my days these past 2 years. Attending the Recovery Intensive is like going on a mental vacation where nobody labels me by my anxiety disorder. Instead, I was surrounded by amazing, loving friends that have problems just like me. These experiences give me the opportunity to refuel and face the reality of my anxious, day-to-day ridden life. Attending the Recovery Intensive is like going on a mental vacation where nobody labels me by my anxiety disorder. Instead, I was surrounded by amazing, loving friends that have problems just like I do. These experiences give me the opportunity to refuel and face the reality of my anxiety-ridden day-to-day life. After each, I return to the real world 10 times stronger and more confident in myself. Every activity that occurs has a different effect on me. Some are quite bizarre, yet beautiful and deep. You will discover the feeling of another stranger's hand or the way they dance and howl before you get to know their name or what they're struggling with. Introductions always come after our first training or a leap from a 30-foot high board atop an aerial trapeze. Talk about first impressions. Friday night, we trained by lantern light, followed by writing our goodbye letters. It never ceases to amaze me how a dozen people, all with messy lives and loads of luggage, have the ability to create the most calming and therapeutic environment for one another. We had the whole building to ourselves, only lit by a total of 4 lanterns. I was so worry-free and I lost the concept of time. My only focus was breathing to the music and matching my body movements to everybody else's. It sounds strange, but it's honestly the best therapy I've had in my whole life in comparison to sitting on a couch with my muscles tense and ready to bolt out of the room at any given second. After the training, we gathered again in the lantern-lit space to put some words into writing. The purpose of my goodbye letter was to come to terms with the fact that my anxiety and I are not ready to part ways yet, and that's okay. Of course, I was jealous hearing other strong people actually say goodbye to an issue of theirs. I wanted to be able to do the same, but it's nearly impossible to ditch the main attraction of this show called my life. So I made a compromise with myself. I agreed to let my anxiety float by my side as I worked to get better, but it's not allowed to take control anymore. From now on, I get to decide my happiness. From now on, I get to decide my happiness and what I get to do on a day-to-day basis. And for once, I got to share that with everybody else in the room without trying to hide it or pretend like I'm perfect. I felt supported, and I knew that I didn't have to cover it with lies because this was a family and a safe space with no judgment. Nobody was going to ask me 100 questions I can't answer or laugh at me because I got teary-eyed. I felt good in my own skin, and that's something I haven't felt in a while.